Welcome to Technique Tuesday with the Department of Parks and Recreation, Prince George's County. This is your home each week to stay healthy and to keep your sports skills sharpened. Let's live more, play more, indoors.
Hello, my name is Melvin Fields. I'm with the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, and I work at the Prince George's Sports and Learning Complex in Landover, Maryland. I'm here to demonstrate how the proper use of starting blocks. These are starting blocks. They need to be used when you're doing the 100-meter dash, any dash in track and field. You use starting blocks. Okay, we're going to start out by showing you the proper way of setting your starting block. Now, first thing you need to know is whether you're left-handed or right-handed. It makes a difference. If you're using the blocks properly, the first thing you do, if you are right-handed, this block here is in the rear. This block here is in the front. The front left one is for people that's right-handed. That means this pedal, these are called pedals. These pedals have to be in the front. This pedal has to be in the back of the starting block. Okay, the proper way of getting the first part of your setting of these blocks, you have to mark off 2 feet using your shoe, 2 feet to the first block, first pedal. 1, 2. Now he's going to move the block back. Tip of his toe. Pay close attention to what he's doing. On this pedal here, he's going back 3, 2, 3. And he's going to set his pedal. Okay, this is the basic setting for using starting blocks. Now, it's according to whether a person is taller or shorter. They might have to adjust these pedals according to the way they feel when they get into the blocks. Okay, from what he did before, I think these blocks will be fine for him. So we're going to do a demonstration start. Okay. Okay, the starter with the pistol, he's a starter. I will be using a whistle for today. The starter will give him his commands. Runners, on your marks. And you notice how he looks in the blocks. He's not bunched up. That is the proper form. His arms are practically parallel to the ground or the track. And I'm going to get him in the set position because you don't want him to stay on it that long. Set. Okay. It wasn't a bad start at all. But what I'm going to have him to do, when he got in the set position, I needed him to come up just a little bit higher. He doesn't want to come all the way up, but he needs to be halfway between all the way down and all the way up. He needs to be halfway up. So we're going to do it one more time. I'm going to get him to come up just a little bit higher. Runners, on your mark. That's right, he's kicking out. That's to get the kinks out. I'm going to have him to come up just a little higher this time. Set. All right, that was much better. These blocks, they're very important. If you're going to win a race, you got to use these starting blocks. Very important. Now, years ago, I guess you all know they used to dig holes in the ground for starts. That's what the ancient people used to do. We call them ancient. But now we got sophisticated blocks now. You even got blocks now that have electric false starter hooked into the back of them. If a person gets up in the set position and he starts wiggling or something, right before the man shoots the gun, he can be disqualified. There are a lot of different things that you can do to get yourself disqualified. I'm gonna give you one example, a way a person could be disqualified when they get in the blocks. Starter say, runners on your mark. This will get you disqualified. The starter will say set. You come up in the set position and you start moving around. And you shoot the gun. When he shoots the gun, there'll be a recall starter there who will bring you back in front of the line where you started. And they will come to you and say, Mister, I'm sorry, but you're disqualified because you were moving in the set position. You cannot move in the set position. Once you come up to the set position, you got to stay still as possible. Then he'll fire the gun. Okay. Another way of getting disqualified in using starting blocks is what we call a roll start. A roll start will get you disqualified too. I'll give you an example of a roll start real quick. A roll start. The starter will say, runners on your mark. Get in the block. Hands behind the line. This is a roll start. The starter will say set. Here's a roll start. Pow! That is a roll start. In other words, you did not come up to the set position right away. You rolled up slowly to the set position. And sometimes that'll give you an advantage in starting. They will disqualify you doing a roll start. And like I said, other than that, like I say, sometimes you have electronic blocks when you become a professional, and any movement at all in the set position will activate that sensor, and they'll disqualify you in a minute. But for amateurs, they don't have to worry about that until they become professionals. And I think that's about it as far as blocks are concerned. One other thing I want to bring up. If you look at these starting blocks here, all starting blocks don't look like this. You have starting blocks that are longer, shaped different. Some are heavier, some are light. Remember one thing. When you're setting your blocks, no matter what type of blocks they're using, the basic, like Ed was doing, the basic in starting and setting your blocks is 1, 2 to the first pedal, 1, 2, 3 to your pedal in the back. If you use that and keep that in your mind, no matter what kind of block they set out for you to use, you will be able to start properly. Some folks use a tape measure. a tape measure. That's like a foot tape, like a cloth tape. They will come up here and grab a tape. Well, I know I'm 17 inches here and 30 inches here. They'll use that instead of your feet. That's most of you see professionals doing that anyway. But that's another way of setting your blocks. Remember, all starting blocks are not the same. But if you remember those settings, using the pedals, you don't have to worry about the different blocks that you might encounter later on. That's it. I hope you all got something out of it, and good luck with your races. And keep in mind, blocks are very important.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in again and visit the online resource center at pgparks.com, your one-stop shop for arts, fun, fitness, and sports at home. Let's live more, play more indoors.